up against Robby Gonzales of the USA. Now, this is going to be a good fight. BEKZHIGIT beat George Crotty, an extraordinary fight. Point taken in the second round. He was behind, he knocked Crotty down in the third, won with 3:28.28 going his way. Then beat Bogdan Tolmachov of Ukraine. Gonzales yesterday was just in an absolutely awesome fight against Odiljon Aslonov of Uzbekistan. Went through on a 3-2 split. He just stood there and had it with him, up close, with a real strong guy and big puncher in Aslonov. It seemed to me like an unwise plan. I said so at the time, but he got it absolutely right. Lent into Aslonov. He didn't really have room to unleash his big, heavy fists, and Gonzales just kept banging him to the body again and again and again and again, and won the fight. It was terrific to watch. So BEKZHIGIT against Gonzales. Gonzales, the winner of the USA National Olympic Trials in 2019. I mentioned this yesterday, and this would have been the same for anyone in the Americas. If you won your Olympic trials and earned the opportunity to go to the qualifier, nobody went to the qualifier because of COVID, and if you didn't have a good enough ranking, then I'm afraid that was the end of that for you, and that was the case for Gonzales, which would have been absolutely heartbreaking. But it was that kind of a year. It's been that kind of an 18 months for lots of people for many different reasons. So here we go. Omurbek, BEKZHIGIT in the red here. Robby Gonzales of USA in the blue. He's very quick, Gonzales, got rapid hands. And this for the right to go through and box Vladimir Mironchikov in the semi-final. Nice left hand off the back foot there from Gonzales. Good left hand there from BEKZHIGIT. He's quite aggressive, he's quite crude. He'll stand square a bit every now and again. When he comes forward anyway, that head will come in a bit low, and he'll just look to get stuck into you. He will set his feet and just look to climb into big hooks, as he does there. There's nothing he would like more, I think, than for Gonzales to do what he did against Odiljon Aslonov, but I wouldn't rule it out. I would not rule it out. He can keep it on the outside though, Gonzales. We saw him do that in his first fight in the first round, where he just turned around his opponent, Sachin of India, just popping the jab, popping the jab. He's found BEKZHIGIT with a jab there 2-3 times in a row. Needs to keep throwing it, I think. Keep him turning, keep him moving. It's good defense from Gonzales. He was trying to let those heavy hands go there, BEKZHIGIT, and he still is, but when he attacks, you wouldn't really say he picks his punches, he just throws. Nice combination there from Gonzales. 30 seconds remaining in the first round. Good left to the body there from Gonzales. He threw that well. That's the exact shot he just kept piling into Odiljon Aslonov with. So there goes the bell at the end of the first, and Gonzales did the more effective work in that round, I felt. He gets it with all 5 of the judges. And this is one of those cases where BEKZHIGIT will keep coming forward. He will keep chasing Gonzalez. And he will hope that basically he gets to him. It's as simple as that. You see quite a lot of fighters who take that approach. It seems very, very basic, but without wishing to dumb things down at all, because there's an enormous amount of skill that goes into this. This is fighting, and in some senses it is quite basic. You'll have some boxers with extraordinary ring craft and technical ability. You'll have others who rely on a more visceral approach, and BEKZHIGIT is one of them. And if you can bring that pressure and that relentlessness, and you can punch, and you're prepared to dig deep and really take it somewhere that other people aren't, then you can overcome some technical shortcomings. That's one of the brilliant things about boxing, is it is still one of those sports where just how much you want it and how far you're prepared to go still really matters. Right hand there from BEKZHIGIT did land. Gonzalez with a rapid combination there though. Referee just warning BEKZHIGIT about slapping. That's always a possibility just because of the way he delivers his punches. Those big wide shots, big wide sweeping shots. They're not hooks. You can never describe them as hooks because they're thrown from so wide. Hand speed again there from Gonzalez. Brought his chin up a little bit there, Gonzalez, as he was pulling out. He does do that every now and again, but I've not really seen him get caught. Good example of it there, actually, as he was just skirting away to his left. Pulled back to avoid the punch from BEKZHIGIT, and the chin comes up. Into the final minute of round two. Nice combination there from Gonzalez. Just signs here maybe that BEKZHIGIT might be beginning to lock on a touch more effectively. Gonzalez just changing direction. He's punched effectively enough from the outside, I think. He really does have to be careful with the way he pulls away from that right hand and that left hand at times. He's using that kind of outer circle, but he's not that far out of range because he wants to get in and land his punches himself, and there's just a chance here that he could get caught as he pulls out. That's a nice combination there from Gonzalez. There goes the bell. Gonzalez gets it with 4 out of the 5 judges. That's fair enough. And he's in control. He's got a 2-point lead with 4 judges, 20 points to 18. The other card level at 19 apiece, and BEKZHIGIT just can't really deal with the movement of Gonzalez, who's got a good blend because he stays away. BEKZHIGIT hasn't really got the feet to get close to him and close him down, but he comes in and lets his hands go often enough that there's just no real doubt in either of those first 2 rounds. I didn't think about who won the round, but as I said, he does just have to be a bit careful because as he's on the move, and when he pulls back to avoid punches, that chin comes up a bit there, and it did again there. But having said that, I've not seen anyone manage to hit him on it yet. and put him down anyway. Just throws a hook off the back foot there, Gonzalez. 30 seconds into the third and final round. BEKZHIGIT wants Gonzalez to engage here, throws that big left hand. And again, the referee talking to him about slapping, and as I said, that's just something that's always going to happen with him. If he loses points for that, if he loses a point for that here, then he has been warned. And it's just down to the individual referee, really, as to how strict they're going to be with him for something like that. Plenty of other fighters are in the same boat, boxing the same way, because they do, due to the way they punch, hit with the inside of the glove often. Left hand there from BEKZHIGIT, did catch Gonzalez midway through the round. That's a good left hand there though from Gonzalez. Was in the corner, managed to find his way out of the corner, but got caught by a couple there, Gonzalez.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the bout number 444 in the ring, the winner on points by unanimous decision.
So he's got one more minute here, Gonzalez. As long as he doesn't get hit with anything too heavy, then he's going to make it through to the semi-finals, because he was leading by 2 points on 4 cards. So BEKZHIGIT needs 10-8, so he's not getting a sniff of a 10-8 yet. Gonzalez has got on his bike a bit in this third round, but then, as I say, that he steps in and he lets his hands go, and that's the blend that I was talking about, because he keeps those feet on the move, constant, perpetual motion. But it's not all he does, not by any stretch. Has to stand his ground a bit there as he's backed up to the blue corner. So final few seconds, there goes the bell. Gonzalez is going to go through, touch of gloves between the two fighters. He's won this because he had a 2-point margin on 4 cards going into that third and final round, and there's absolutely no chance that he's lost that round 10-8. So he's going to go through to the semis, where he will be guaranteed a bronze medal, and he will be guaranteed 25,000 of his country's finest dollars. So Gonzalez goes through. 4 out of 5 judges went his way in that final round, which meant that overall he got it by scores of 3 rounds to 0 with 3 judges and 2 rounds to 1 with the other 2. And the semi-final place is his, and we know who he'll be up against. He'll be up against the Serbian, Vladimir Mironchikov. I'm sure that's a challenge that he'll relish. So 2 more fights remaining in the quarterfinals in Ring B, and we move into the heavyweight division for these. We have got Aziz Abes Muhid